Hi, this is Maggie again. In this video, I would like to share with you my experience of using grippers that help to reduce risk of slipping on ice and on snow. At the beginning of that recording, I would like to mention that on the market we may find many different types of grippers, and that depending on their make, they may differ in what they look like, in their quality, in their shape, but the concept and the way we use them is the same. Now I will try to do my best to describe what grippers look like and to explain how they work. I will use this gripper that I have here with me as an example. So grippers are made out of rubber and their shape resembles shape of a sandal. The sole of the gripper covers the sole of the shoe or of the boot. Into the rubber sole of the gripper, there are 8 metal spikes installed. 4 of them are positioned in that way that they are under our toes. 2 of them are positioned close to the right edge of the foot, and 2 of them are positioned close to the left edge of the foot. Another set of 4 spikes is positioned under the heel. And again, 2 of them are positioned close to the right edge, and 2 of them are positioned close to the left edge of the foot. When talking about spikes, I would like to mention that although they are metal and although they are designed to kind of pierce the ice and snow to increase the traction, when we touch them, they don't feel sharp at all, and there is no risk that we would accidentally hurt ourselves or scratch our skin with them. Naturally, we always have to remember that there is always risk of a mistake in the way they may be manufactured. So after purchasing a new pair, it is always important to check whether the quality is right and that everything is okay with them and that they are safe to use. At the same time, it is important to remember that these spikes are metal, so there is always a risk of them leaving some marks on the floor. So it may be a good idea to put them on just before we leave the house and to take them off as soon as we come back to the house. And we may also consider taking them off if we are walking a lot inside of some buildings. Another thing that I would like to mention is that majority of the surface of the sole of the gripper is covered with rubber raised bumps, which also increase the traction of that gripper and in turn increase the traction of our shoe. Now I will try to demonstrate how to put the gripper on the shoe. So first of all, we have to locate the front of the gripper, and they are normally easy to locate because they very much resemble the front straps of the sandal. Now we put the front part over the toe of the shoe, and it is important to fit them tightly around, to kind of fit the front of the gripper very tightly over the toes of the boot. Then we need to stretch the sole of the gripper in that way that it covers the sole of the boot, and then we need to take this strap that is at the back of the gripper and pull it over the heel of the boot. And as I mentioned before, after we put the gripper on the boot, it very much resembles the sandal on our foot. I hope that this comparison to the sandal is helpful and that it makes sense. I would like to also mention that probably the easiest way to put these grippers on is to put the boot on the foot first and then to have two hands free to put the gripper over the shoe, so then we don't have to struggle with holding the shoe and the gripper at the same time. I would also like to mention that we may wear those grippers on many different types of shoes. So they are okay for sportswear, but they can also be used with more elegant shoes, as long as we are not wearing the high heels, because they probably wouldn't work with high heels. Now, these grippers can be purchased online. For instance, I saw them on Amazon, and they also can be purchased in stores. However, I saw them only in sports stores, but it is possible that I missed something, so probably it is always worth asking in normal shoe shops as well. It is also important to remember that different manufacturers call them differently. So sometimes they are called ice spikes, sometimes they are called ice grips, sometimes they are called snow grips, and probably there were some other terms, but I can't remember them now. Now, in terms of the sizes, they are sold in size small, medium, large, and X large. And these sizes are more or less corresponding with shoe sizes. So they basically cover like spectrum. So for instance, size medium covers shoe sizes from 3, I believe, to 5, and then size large covers shoe sizes from 5 to size 7, and X large is probably above 7. I can't remember the details, but basically the concept is that large is corresponding with 3 shoe sizes, and then medium is corresponding with smaller shoe sizes, and so on and so forth. If you would like to check more details, of course, they are available online, and shop's assistants would be always happy to help. In terms of price, the cheapest grippers I saw were for £2, and I talk about English pounds. And the most average price is probably in between £10 and £20. Now, the last thing that I would like to mention today is the reason why I believe they are such a great idea for blind people. So, of course, it is important for all people, no matter whether they are sighted or blind, to keep themselves safe and make sure that we don't fall, we don't slip, and that we kind of are safe in these difficult weather conditions that we often have to encounter during the winter. But if we don't have sight, it is much, much harder to gauge where to put our foot, which part of the pavement can be slippery, which part of the pavement is maybe safer to walk on. And very often in icy condition, in snowy conditions, when we don't have any vision or poor vision, we have to concentrate on where to put our foot, and every step can be a struggle. However, if we manage to increase the traction of our shoes, then we may be able to shift that attention from making sure whether it is safe to put our foot in certain place, to paying attention to other important things. For instance, to all of the landmarks that are crucial for us, to all of the information that we receive using white cane, or to all of the information that our guide dogs gives us through their body movements. And then we may also focus more on sounds and on making sure that we are still on a pavement and that we are walking still in the right direction. When the snow is very thick and when there is a lot of snow, sometimes it can blur the difference between the grass area, between the pavement, and between the street. So probably it is really important for people who have no vision or low vision to maximize all of the attention we can pay to making sure that we are in a safe place and walking the right direction. I hope that this solution is helpful to you and that this video was helpful. Look after yourself in these difficult winter conditions. Keep yourself safe. I will see you soon. Bye bye. And the last thing that I wanted to mention, sorry about that all of these noises that you could maybe hear in the background were made by my guide dog, who is sleeping here and snoring from time to time. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.